I'm back with another video. This is going to be the Victorinox Sportsman. It's going to be the Sportsman 1 and 2, but they're the same, other than the scales being a little different. But the model pieces are the same. The tools are the same. So we're just going to do these here. I have the Sportsman and the Sportsman 2. There is one difference between it. You shut your face. Hey, shut up. I'm trying to do a review. Can you believe that? Jeez. It's enough. Alright. I've got the Sportsman and Sportsman 2. There is a difference between these two and the tools. Not in what tools are on it, but on the Sportsman, it doesn't seem to matter whether, as far as I can tell, it doesn't seem to matter whether it's an older one or a newer one, because these are both newer ones, current production. But this one has a, I don't know, what do they call it? It's where the, hang on, I'm one-handed again with the camera. I don't know where the holder is for it, but it has where the, on the bigger models, where the screwdriver cap lifter stops, it's a two-position. Some of these have it, and some don't. It has nothing to do with the scales. This is the Sportsman 2 with the nylon scales and the painted-on shield, which is rubbing off a little bit, as you can see. But that does not have anything to do with it. I've found them. I don't own one, but I've found them that has two-position with the regular Celador brighter red scales, and I found them this way too. So the scales don't seem to matter. This one here has the usual. When you open it, it doesn't stop. It doesn't have that second stop. It just opens up and then shuts, all in one motion. But other than that, they are the same tool-wise, same tools. And the reason I wanted to do the video, I think I failed to mention, was because there are not many videos out there on the Sportsman model. I've found a couple on YouTube from some guys that, and it's in a foreign language, and I'm not prejudiced against foreigners or anything, or racist or anything. I just think maybe somebody ought to have one out there in English. But it's got the regular, like I just showed you. Dang it. It's got the cap lifter screwdriver, and this one doesn't have the second stop like I just showed you, or the two position, excuse me, with the wire stripper. Just folds shut in one motion, and it has the can opener slash flathead slash Phillips, and it works great on Phillips heads. That does not get mentioned a lot on videos for Victorinox can openers. I don't know why, because the wingers don't do it. They're the hook ones and they cannot do it. This one's much better in my opinion. It's that, and you've got your main blade. And on the Sportsman, this is something I think is really cool. On the Sportsman model, you've got your main blade, and instead of a second blade, I wish they made some 91mm models. This is 84mm, by the way. Just a little bit smaller than the Spartan. Just a little. And instead of a secondary blade, it has a nail file, nail cleaner, and what never, ever has gotten mentioned in a Sportsman model video at all, even that I've seen in English, which is hard to find, is that this tip works excellent on Phillips heads. I've used it on a watch. I've used it on full-size Phillips heads that you would find anywhere. It's very useful on Phillips heads. It will not bend it. There's a video I did on the Ranger that I mentioned one of the tools on the back could be used. It's a flathead. It could be used for Phillips. I said it worked great, and I think I might take that back, because I did bend it a little bit on a Phillips head. I was able to bend it back, and it looks fine. No damage done, but I might have to recant that statement. But on this one, perfect. It works great. Does not bend it up at all. It's thick. I use it on Phillips heads. Like I said, that's the reason why I wish they would put it on a 91mm model. I only need one blade. I don't need two. Unless the main blade was a serrated, like you have on the Weekender model, the serrated Spartan. Then two blades, you know, a little smaller blade might come in handy, but... anyways, back to it. Main blade. Nail file, nail cleaner, Phillips head. You got the corkscrew here that everybody knows and loves. Works great. You could use it on carry a log. You turn it into a log and carry a log to a campsite. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Untie knots with it. It works awesome on knots. I've used it more on knots than I've used it on corks or anything. Works my work boots when I come home on any of them, these that have the corkscrew, I stick it in and untie the knot because I have to double knot my boots at work. And then we have, sorry again for the one-handed camera filming, blah blah blah. We have the reamer all with sewing eye, I call / drill also, because you can drill into wood, you can drill into plastic, you can drill into almost anything, not metal, but you can drill into a lot of materials with this, make a hole for whatever. And then it has a straight pin also. If you've not seen one of these before, if you're watching this video, I imagine that you have. On the red, brighter red cellar door scales with the built-in, what am I trying to say? The shield that's not painted on. There we go. It's got a pin, a straight pin for splinters. I don't know. The disc in your computer, if you can't get it out, like you could stick a paper clip, unbend a paper clip, stick it in there, or stick that in there to pop a disc out on your computer. I don't know, you know, whatever. It's there. Figure out a use for it. The ones with the nylon scales, like the Sportsman 2 or like the Huntsman 2, anything labeled model name and then 2 after it, like this is the Sportsman 2, is going to come with the same tool set as its predecessor, like, you know, the Sportsman here. But it's going to have the nylon darker red scales with the painted on shield, and it does not have a hole for the pin. Toothpick tweezers, just like they all got nowadays, but no pin hole, which, you know, whatever. It's kind of a, if it's the Sportsman 2, I don't know. Shouldn't it have it also? Anywho, that's all the tools, I believe. I think I covered them all. Like I said, I did say a few minutes ago that it's a 84mm, I think it's 84mm, and the standard that you're going to find, like this is a Spartan model. Has all the same tools that I just showed you, except it has a smaller blade instead of the nail file and nail cleaner / Phillips head. Except it is a little bit bigger. No, it's a little dark in here, guys, sorry. And my focus sucks. I don't have my camera holder. But there you go, it's a little smaller. Doesn't take away from any of the awesomeness of the tool itself. It's great. Perfect. I hope I covered enough stuff on the Sportsman, because like I said, I wanted to do this to probably ramble and bore the crap out of you. Oh yeah, I didn't want to do that, but that's probably what I'm doing. But also do a review in English. Again, with no prejudice, just wanted an English video out there showing the tool set on a Sportsman model, Victorinox, and kind of a little bit of the differences between a Sportsman 1 and 2. But I think that's going to be it for today on these two. I've bored you long enough. Have a good one.